Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Phil.
I'm Bella, and we are When East Meets West. Please like and subscribe.
So last time, Bella skewed us The River Merchant's Wife. Ironic thing is that I never had a chance to read its original version created by Li Bai. So there is a missing part, the Chinese romance. Today we are going to fix that missing part. So first we're going to talk about who is Li Bai. Li Bai is Chinese legendary poet. He wasn't actually aiming to be a poet. He wanted to be a government official. His dream was to enter the imperial court, save the people. But he faced endless setbacks. Instead of climbing the political ladder, he ended up writing poems adored 1,000 years ago. Li Bai finally made it into the court, but not exactly in the way he imagined. It's more like Captain America, the movie. You know, the captain was finally was assigned into the military, but he was assigned as a propaganda character, right? That's not what he wanted in the beginning. He didn't get a high-ranking position to manage anything. Instead, he became more like a court poet. His job is perform for the powerful elites. We all know how politics works, whether it's in the East or in the West, whether it's in ancient time or today. So you cannot be perfectly pure in the game.
Yeah.
But Li Bai, he refused to compromise at all. He was all about his spirit. There was once upon a time, the emperor of Tang loved his poetry. One day, the emperor summons him to the court, and Li Bai shows up. But he got he got so drunk.
Li Bai did?
Yeah, and the emperor asked him for a poem. So Li Bai goes, sure, of course, no problem. But first, Li Bai points at Gao Li Shi, the emperor's eunuch. You know eunuch? The Asian eunuch, right? Okay, you know.
I know.
Okay. So he points at Gao Li Shi, the Chinese eunuch, emperor's eunuch. He's so powerful, everyone wants to flatter him. But Li Bai just pointed at him. You, Gao, come here. Took off my boots. Then I'll write a poem for the emperor. Gao Li Shi is so, he is so powerful. He's basically the vice president of Tang Dynasty. Because of the emperor loved Li Bai's poetry, he had to kneel, untie a drunk poet's stinky boots. Then he wrote a poem that lasted for 1,000 years. It's 云想衣裳花想容. So basically it means sights of the clouds make me think of your dress. And the sight of the flower reminds me of your beauty. But way more poetic. That's a poem refers to emperor's wife.
Okay.
Yeah. But because of his rebellious spirit, so he got expelled from the court.
Banished.
Yeah, banished from the court. So Li Bai left the court and lived a free, wandering life. Eventually, he found himself on the wrong side of political conflict and was arrested. But even then, he never lost his spark, his spirit. He passed away as a legend, never slowing down or giving up his dreams, and his poems still echo through the ages. So nowadays, Chinese students even memorize his work and buys Taylor Swift's Eric.
It's pretty cool.
What do you think about Li Bai after my story?
Makes me kind of sad for some reason.
Why?
Like it's like a bittersweet type of feeling. Like,
it's more like a bit proud.
Yeah. Like there is a recognition of beauty, but also it's like in the face of sorrow. And a recognition of the joy, but in the face of sorrow. And so it's kind of like I don't know, I sensed like a note of like desperation.
Desperation.
Yeah, in it.
But above the desperation, there is a ultimate enthusiasm and ultimate optimism.
Yeah.
That's what he's famous for.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah. Back to the poem, The River Merchant's Wife. I think the missing part is something that cannot be translated or conveyed.
You came by on bamboo stilts, spring horse. You walked about my seat, playing with blue plums.
They play some game like bamboo, horse, or green palms, right? But these two items combined together are just so iconic phrase to describe purest love. It's called 青梅竹马, childhood sweethearts. Two people, when they were young, were innocent and carefree, always playing together. And there is another phrase called 两小无猜, which is they are so innocent, there is no suspicious between them. This is the purest form of relationship before any doubt or jealousy could enter. This is why the significance of this term has been rising, especially in nowadays high-speed pace society. Nowadays, young people just start and end the relationship casually. Do you agree with that? Yeah. Yeah, I pick up the gentle word casually. It's way worse than casually. What would you say what would you say in the situation if you have to find a word for that?
I feel like for a lot of people, they feel like the relationship never starts.
Never starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
people are often stuck in limbo.
Limbo.
Yeah.
Oh, what's limbo?
Limbo is the space between life and death.
Life and death, limbo. I'm not sure what it is.
It's a place that you're nowhere. You're neither here nor there. You're in between.
But you have to be somewhere. What do you mean
That's why it's
nowhere?
limbo.
Limbo?
Yeah, to be in limbo is to be neither here nor there. But in between, it's not a good place to be.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Is there a equal Chinese concept for that? I'm not sure what it is.
And people call them situationships. Have you heard that?
No.
No, you never heard of that?
I heard, but not in Chinese. So,
oh, okay. Yeah. It's a neither here nor there relationship. It leaves you always questioning.
Always suspicious about the other part.
Yeah. Always hoping, but never assured.
Okay. So, back to focused. So even when two people are together, it feels like a battle of love or a game of love.
Yeah, where people are trying to get something from each other, and then once they've gotten it, or if they haven't gotten it, they just kind of leave.
Yeah, the battle of love, full of strategy and counter strategies. So the girl suspects the boy has some bad intentions. The boy tries to manipulate the girl into falling for him, ending up in a rushed commitment. It's an exhausting intellectual game. If a girl sends a text to a boy when they were in a relationship and the boy didn't reply immediately, the girl would be thinking like, are you still alive? Do you still love me? And she just becomes suspicious. The one who outsmart and outlasts the other is the one who wins the game, who wins the battle. I think it's like we talked before in our Hallelujah episode. It's more like the lyric. So if you thought love is a battle or a game, all you want is to learn how to shoot at somebody who outdrew you. So that is not it's supposed to be. The love is the relationship is supposed to be.
In a relationship, everyone wins or everyone loses. That's the thing. Yeah.
So that's why this word is it purified the definition of love. 青梅竹马, 两小无猜 describe a relationship that is pure, innocent, and without any doubts. It's the most beautiful kind of love. So of course, this is just how Li Bai described pure love should be started. So now we're going to describe how this beautiful love should come to an end. Do you still remember you interpret the Tang's verse of dust, right?
Because it's taking from the beginning,
Yeah.
we were dust. In the end, we
We're
were
dust. Dust
and
forever.
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 Our dust is going to be
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Indistinguishable from
Oh wow.
the other person.
Mingle with each other. She wants to mingle with each other, which means to be forever and forever. And then it comes the next line. Why should I climb out? Right? But do you ever think about how logically it is from the forever into why should I climb out?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's like she's expressing her utter contentment where she is. That she doesn't feel the need to leave or look beyond her home. While he's there. And when he leaves, then she's looking
She's
for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's actually the missing part that Tang hadn't read. So there is in Chinese version there is a line that says in front of this why should I climb out? It goes like, if you had the face of Wei Sheng, why should I climb out? It's an allusion. In ancient time, there is a guy called Wei Sheng. He's Confucius student. We all know that Confucius was a morally upright man, right? So it was his student Wei Sheng. Wei Sheng and a woman fell in love. Their relationship was opposed by their families. They can only secretly see each other. One time they agreed to meet, other agreed. Wei Sheng arrived first and waited for his lover, but his lover didn't show up. As he waited, it started raining and the water under the bridge began to rise. As he waited, Wei Sheng first stood on the higher parts of the stone pillar under the bridge. As the rain went heavy, he had to climb higher, holding onto the pillar with both arms. He kept holding onto the pillar, waiting for his lover to appear, but she never appeared. And then the rain grew heavier, the water rose higher, and Wei Sheng became weaker, eventually disappearing beneath the rising water. So here the river merchant's wife says, if you have a face like that, if you have the loyalty of Wei Sheng, why should I climb out? So she's actually expressing that even though you don't have the loyalty, but I'm still willing to wait for you until you come back. I will wait here for you forever and forever and forever. That's the longing for her husband.
It's a beautifully sad poem.
It is.
Yeah. What's cool about the illusion, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I think poetry is like the most difficult thing to translate between languages.
Yeah.
Because it's like, poetry is like the soul of a culture.
Totally agree.
It's like the heart of the culture is like, it's like poetry.
Yeah.
And that's very difficult to translate because it's deeply like embedded and interconnected and woven with the culture itself. And so if you take it out of the culture, it doesn't
make sense
anymore. Yeah. Like I can think of English poems that would be very difficult to translate into Chinese because you'd have to rip it out of the English culture and then try to put it into Chinese culture, and that would just be like, I'm just like thinking about them, like how do you do that? I don't know. I think in some ways, like these like kind of love poems are probably some of the easiest to translate because love is like a universal thing. Yeah. Like romance poems are probably the easiest ones to translate. But even still, they're like connected to all these different allusions and idioms that people will recognize immediately. But I think still worthwhile because
Yeah,
it's like you can get a different perspective
from the other part of the earth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's pretty cool.